I gotta ask a question for you. How do you typically respond to change and uncertainty? When you're faced with new information or new circumstances that push you way out of your comfort zone. So there are actually 4 different stages of change. The first is called shock. We respond emotionally with fear. Second stage is resistance. Now that you know what's actually happening, you're angry, you're frustrated. Stage 3, actually things start to be productive. We start to be curious. Then the 4th stage is integration. We're taking action that makes an impact on the changes that we were facing. Do you remember Blockbuster? In its heyday, Blockbuster was a $3 billion company, had 9,000 locations, over 9,000 locations. They made $800 million in late fees in 1 year. I remember Blockbuster. It was a Blockbuster night. Make it a Blockbuster night. And on Friday night or Saturday night, you'd see everybody else in a Blockbuster store looking at VHS tapes. Then Netflix comes along. And that's what's really interesting is that Netflix offered to sell to Blockbuster for $50 million when Blockbuster was a $3 billion company. Oh, that would have been awesome. Then things changed. Streaming media. Blockbuster was in this mode of thinking that the way it is now is the way it will always be. Netflix was going, the way it is now will not be the same. We're seeing this streaming media. Let's invest heavily in streaming media. I want to kind of introduce to you the psychology of change in this bell curve. At the very, very cutting edge, the very, very front are the innovators. About 2.5% of the population are innovators. These are the Steve Jobses of the world. These are the Mark Zuckerbergs. They live on the edge. They love new technology. They're the first ones to introduce technology and new ideas to you. The second is the early adopters. The early adopters, they're about 17% of the population. These early adopters are the ones that suffer inconvenience of time and money to be the first at something. You know who these people are. They're the ones that wait in line to get the iPhone when it first comes out. Then you have the early majority. These are people who they value themselves as being progressive, as forward thinking, but they're a little more reserved. So they're gonna watch what the early adopters do, and if enough early adopters get on board with that new program, the new technology, they're gonna jump on board. Then you have the late majority and the laggers. The late majority, this is how they think. Is there a guarantee? When do I get my money back? Are there any bugs in it? And then you have the laggers. These are people like, you cannot move me from where I am right now. So those are the different people on the curve of change. Where are you? Change is here. We need to embrace the reality that it's not gonna get easier. In fact, you think, you know what? With all this AI technology, it's gonna make my job easier. Okay, that hasn't happened for years. Here's what happens. We're able to do things in less time, which means we don't spend less time at work. We spend more time doing those things that are more productive. Second is adopt change-friendly values. Sit down and just kind of work that into your corporate culture. When you do that, it makes a huge difference to foster a culture of change for your employees to embrace change, to embrace things in a different way. It's like, it's okay because it's part of our culture. Third, avoid overwhelm. Just choose just a few things that have to get done. Focus on those and then use the mantra, that's a great idea. Let's not do it yet. And then finally, invest in personal development. To be able to create a condition of employee reaction that is totally okay and more confident with the changes that they're gonna face. They've already been subjected to micro changes by doing things differently, exposing themselves to new information. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in an ocean of change. It's not gonna get better, but it provides us, all this change provides us with an opportunity to do something amazing, to do something creative that we've never seen before. I'm really excited to find out what you guys are gonna come up with. Good luck, and thank you very much. My name's Ernie Harker.